One hop this time. Welcome to the pod. I'm your host, Reed, joined by Seth. We're doing another FK of the pod, as usual, coming out on Monday in the morning at 5:30 or 7. Between
Sometime.
then. Yeah, sometime around there.
Yeah.
Hopefully this one will all be one particular smooth recording episode. We'll have no problems like the last one. But this time, I want to talk about, I got a new phone and some of the potential inconveniences that comes with it. The first being, new phone I got, USB-C phone. And I'm used to the lightning cables, so I go into the car, and I go to plug in my phone, doesn't work.
Right.
So what am I, and I didn't realize that until I've already left, the garage or whatever. So I'm stuck. I'm on the road already, on the way to pick up dinner from Portillo's, right? And it's like a 6-minute drive. It's really not the end of the world, but it might as well have been because I had to listen to the radio. And goddamn, that shit sucks. It's like hard to find anything.
So yeah, what did you end up listening to?
I listened. There's a country music station which is like 99 and a half. I'm just trying to remember. I had to go back to
middle
20,
school times.
2014, when the hell I was using this. And we're in the particular corridor I'm in is particularly bad for radio because there's a tower, so it was it always wasn't good. So we're I'm limited to 5 stations. And then I'm on a new car, and the thing I normally use to switch between songs, go to the next song, it just goes to the next favorited station that you have.
Yes, yeah.
And I don't know what it was. So
you can't just scan. You're going through your favorites, and it's whose are these? I didn't pick these.
Yeah, so there's a pop channel, there's a gospel channel, there's 3 Spanish channels. So I usually pick a Spanish channel and vibe.
The worst thing is I had to do this recently too. I don't remember. I think my phone just died or something. But it's even if you figure out the scan feature, I feel it's always low. I think that the FM stations, they go from 88 to 110 or something like that.
Yeah, there's not a big range.
But if you get down real low, it's all the things from 88 to 92 for some reason are always the Christian ones. And so if you're scanning through, you get to the 88s and you're oh no, it's about to be Jesus centric. It's
a bunch of billionaires. Listen to our last one.
Yeah, go check that out. Listen in.
Yeah, so that's the one minor inconvenience. Second is, on the way back from that same ride, I found a USB-C cord in my little middle thing, the armrest that has a compartment under it, center console. Mm-hmm. But it's 6 inches long, so so I plug it in, but I can't look at it and pick anything. So I'm stuck just using the infotainment system, which admittedly is a little pared down, and it's hard to pull up YouTube videos. So I was watching. I had to listen to some Spotify. You can't find new stuff. Hard to discover things through the infotainment system.
Indeed.
It's good for switching songs. So that's that.
Well, I feel if you got a new phone 5 years ago, 10 years ago, right? That's super cool because your new phone, it does cool stuff that your old phone couldn't do. I don't want a new phone. I never want to have a new phone. The phone that I have does everything I need it to do. And maybe this is also just being closer to 30 than I am closer to 20. But I feel it's a hassle to transfer all your shit from your old phone to your new phone, and it's basically all going to be the same because if you get an iPhone or whatever, it's going to do the same stuff. I guess the camera's going to be better, and they're going to try to say,
and it's got a button that turns the camera on now. And this is a
button
programmable button that I can do. It can do everything right now.
A programmable button.
Yeah, it turns my flashlight on right now. It's originally mapped to the silent button, but why the fuck? It's always on silent. Why do I need a button for that? That's just
yeah. That's for those people who strap their phone to their belt. So you can pick it up real quick and silence it if somebody starts calling you at the PTA meeting. But yeah, there was an interesting hypothetical question that I had been asked kind of recently, and it was what do we need more of to solve the world's problems or whatever? And this wasn't tied. What did you say?
Regulation.
This wasn't tied to any specific event or anything.
Okay.
But it was do we need more it was like a multiple choice thing. It was like, do we need better, like, or maybe it was like, what do we want more people to major in college, or what do we want more people to like go into in their first job, or something. But the options were like, do we need like better, people in business or in the sciences, or
we get enough.
in this.
The business degrees already take enough brain drain from like real people, like real work.
But I don't think that we need more. I don't think that we need AI. Honestly, fuck it.
Fuck it. Yeah, what's AI gonna do? Steal our older shit? We can do that ourselves.
Yeah, I don't really think that we need. It'd be fine if we went to Mars, right? Whatever, cool. But like, I don't think that that's the most pressing thing. I think that what we need is like, a better distribution
of wealth.
I was good. They say of like food and other stuff like that.
food's just another measurement of wealth.
Sure.
So anyway. How many yams you got there?
What's that book? Oh, Things Fall Apart.
That book is
that dude
something.
had so many yams at one point,
and then he killed
things
himself.
Fell apart.
Spoiler alert: he kills himself
because things fell apart.
Because things fell apart real bad.
His warehouses of yams. Something bad happened. I think I don't. Really remember.
Something happened with his kid too. Where like his son did something that ostracized him, and he's like, "I'm just gonna kill myself," which is also real bad. That's a good book, I guess. I read it in high school. People, apparently this is getting a lot of play right now. The United States can't read.
No, it can't read, but that's fine because all the books are banned anyway.
kind of a waste of time if we're banning the books that we're not reading in the first place.
Yeah, the only thing that I can read, I can only read like 1700s English because the only thing they taught me was the Constitution.
Yeah, I don't understand. I guess I just I can't understand how people can't read.
I know. I mean, it's like even if you're bad at school, certainly you're still reading something. Like,
yeah, that's the first thing you do. That's like the only thing you must learn in school is how to read. Like,
even if you're in math class, right? You're going to get to the point where you got word problems, and you're going to be assessed somehow, and it's going to have to involve you reading something, right? Your tests aren't going to be oral. You don't ever have that, basically.
Yeah, it depends on your industry, I guess.
Yeah.
Entertainment industry had some oral tests for a while that weren't very good. But like, I don't know, it makes me think like maybe these literacy rates would mean something different than what we're interpreting it as. But like,
well,
literacy just kind of means illiteracy, right? Like,
I think a big part of it was there were a bunch of people who were in first grade in 2020 or whatever, and so they just didn't really go to school again until like 2022, and by that point they're in fourth grade and they're supposed to be reading a chapter book, and they just can't because they didn't really go to school for 3 years. And now they get on, mom's laptop and they put in everything into ChatGPT and just copy and paste it.
And they're on fucking Douyin.
They copy and paste it because all their homework's on Blackboard or whatever in elementary school. They're not turning in a paper test. And so, yeah, I don't know, man. It's a disaster. I mean, I don't know if these statistics are true. I haven't really talked to very many
I know how to
children
read,
recently.
so I don't really have that problem.
We're going to be these people's overlords.
Yeah, back in my day, we used to understood what words mean.
Yeah, we read Frankenstein. Did you know that's actually the doctor, Frankenstein? That's going to blow their minds.
You know that the author of Frankenstein, her daughter is a mad feminist. They might wipe that from the records. They might kill that one off. Feminism might not be the future anymore. They might. Yeah. Mary Wollstonecraft Shelley was like a huge OG of the United States feminist movement, and the daughter of Mary Shelley, the Frankenstein lady.
Well, shout out
Frankenstein. Shout out Nosferatu, I guess. I don't know.
We touched on Wolfman. In terms of movies to look out for in 2025, that has, I guess, been released. It's badly received.
Well, this past weekend, I think I'm gonna go see, I think, the new movie with SZA and Keke Palmer. It's like A Bad Day or something like that. Basically, they're like two broke chicks and their roommates, and they have to get rent for the month by the end of the day, and they just go on a weird little adventure to get $5,000 or whatever.
See, they don't do movies like that anymore. I feel like movies today is like you have pretty like grand stakes, but this is like we just like it's going to take place over. It's going to be a 2-hour movie that takes place over 6 hours.
Yeah, I haven't seen Friday, but I assume that one also has kind of low stakes. So like I want to assume that this is like something like that where it's like quick little thing. I'm excited because it looks funny. Keke Palmer's funny. She was really good in the shark movie, the movie with the weird alien, the movie that was Jaws, that Peele made, or
Nope.
Nope. Yeah, that one.
Get Out, Us, and Nope.
Yep. And like maybe Monkey Man, depending on how you want to call that, because he like is the producer on that one, sort of, kind of.
I went to a bookstore the other day, and he has edited a collection of horror short stories.
Oh.
And I was reminded of the famous Kanye West clip where he's talking about Lady Gaga. He's like, I like some of the Gaga songs, but what does she know about cameras?
Like, I mean, Jordan Peele has made horror movies. Like I don't know.
Has he written them or has he just directed them? Because
I think he wrote, direct, Nope, and Us.
Okay.
And the other one, Get Out. I think that was on him. And then he also he was like the showrunner for a few episodes of The Twilight Zone, like when they remade that.
I did watch that. Those.
Yeah, I watched like the first two. There was like one with Camille Nanjiani, and I watched that one. And I'm like, oh, this is fun. That's good.
Yeah. I don't remember what happened, but
I don't know. Speaking of Camille Nanjiani, The Big Sick's a fun movie. You should watch that. It's a good little movie.
The Big Six.
The Big Sick.
Oh, The Big Sick.
Yeah.
Everybody's so sick these days.
Yeah, his like wife gets sick or his girlfriend gets sick or whatever. Ray Romano's in there. It's pretty fun. Word on the street is we might have an email. Let me check that
we
out.
do have an email, and I've got it pulled up here. If you just want to hop into it, you want to come up with a name for this this emailer we've got?
Yeah, I do. Jeffrey Wright.
Wright.
Not the actor.
Okay,
that's his full name, Jeffrey Wright, not the actor.
Not the guy who.
Not the guy who's a robot in Westworld.
Bernard.
Yeah, not the guy who's like the gay chef writer guy from the French Dispatch. Not the guy who is Gordon in the Batman.
Right. Not Jeffrey Wright, not the actor.
Not the actor, not all those things we also say. We just abridged it a little bit to just
at gmail.com.
Yeah.
This email.
Of course. Yeah.
If you wanna also send us an email, you can email us. We're fkathepod@gmail.com. We're also FKAthepod on X.
Do you have everything
on Threads, on Instagram, on TikTok, and
YouTube.
YouTube. And Red Note.
Nope.
Zhong Jing.
Get that shit out of here.
Ding ding.
Oh yeah, Gongshi Feng Chai though.
Yeah, how does it go? They're all singing that song these days.
That song?
Yeah, there's a song that they're singing. Anyway.
I don't know. Gongshi Feng Chai is like, hope your money doubles. It's like the Lunar New Year.
It's almost, Lunar New Year. Shout out.
You're the snake?
Yeah, we're entering into snake year, so buckle up, everybody.
Shout out Snake Meal.
Who's your favorite snake? Write in and tell us.
Nagini.
That's the only named snake I can think of. Mine might be Arbok.
Oh, shout out Cobra backwards.
Yeah, Cobra backwards. Oh, I tabbed out of the email. Okay, here we go. The title of this email from Jeffrey Wright, not the actor, etc., is VA, and FKA stands for Asana.
Ooh, that sounds like some Shavasana. That sounds like some kind of yoga word.
Hi, guys. I hope that you're all doing well. Last week, while I was listening to the pod, I thought of a question that I think you guys would have some really fun and interesting answers to. So basically, you guys were talking about your favorite yoga poses. First and foremost, I was really impressed by the use of Sanskrit. But as you already know, a lot of the poses or asanas, that's
Wait,
Sanskrit.
Sanskrit. Oh, is that what I said? When I said the Shavasana or whatever?
Yeah.
The Chaturanga Tadasana.
Yes, yeah. So that's the Sanskrit for it. But it's like Savasana, right? Mm-hmm. Is Sav. I don't know what that means. Followed by Asana. So a lot of them have Asana in the name. Like Dadasana just is like dad asana.
Dude,
Dadasana.
I hate when I do the yoga in the sauna. It's like way too hot. That hot yoga shit needs to end. It's like logistically challenging because I
too hot.
slip and fall everywhere.
Yeah, dude, you gotta get a towel. You go in there with the towel.
Yeah, but one's not enough. Like I need to.
You replace the towel.
Yeah, it needs moisture wicking fabric.
So this emailer says, as you know, a lot of poses or asanas have been translated or renamed. And so this made me wonder, if you guys could rename some poses, which ones would they be? What would you rename them to?
Child's pose. I want to get something else.
I feel like child's pose, it can make you feel weird, right? As an adult,
it sucks.
The pose of the child.
Also, yeah, blows my hips up. Hate that one.
So what would you rename it to if you're going to rename child's pose?
Ouch.
Ouch.
It's like, I'll do that one next time, pose. That one not for me, pose.
I feel like
Happy Baby. I think that's a good name, but I don't like the pose. I think I wanna separate Happy Baby from the pose that is Happy Baby. Because I don't like the Happy Baby pose. That should be like exposed pose or like BDSM pose. Like that's the kink pose, the Happy Baby pose.
The kink pose.
And then I want like Happy Baby to be on something else. We put Happy Baby on Child's Pose because that one's it's a fun name, but.
Right, yeah. I think it's kind of a cop-out to have Warrior 1, 2, and 3. I think those all three need to have different names because, like, Warrior 1 and 2, I get, are kind of related. I mean, you have to switch your arms and a little bit of your feet and
Warrior
the direction that you're
2,
facing.
Is that this one? Or that
Warrior
one?
2 is where you have your arms parallel. 1 is up in the air. And then 3 is the one where you're flying on one foot.
I don't know.
No, you put, it's like an airplane, but you got one leg on the ground and the rest of your body's in like a...
Oh, that doesn't seem warrior-esque. That one needs something else. That doesn't seem like it could be a combat move. The other ones, I could kind of see it, I guess. You could kind of get into a Tai Chi, little sentai.
Right.
But
I also, I don't know the history of this stuff, but it seems like you're never doing all these at once. You know, if it's like, okay, go from Warrior 1 to Warrior 2 to Warrior 3, but I've never done that before, and I've been to my fair share of yoga classes. So... Warrior 1, I feel like you're pointing up to the sky, maybe like tower pose. Is there a tower?
Tower pose. Okay, and then you get this also. And the Warrior 3 could be airplane pose.
And sometimes they call it that. I think airplane pose has different arms than whatever. Maybe we could call it something like
B-52 pose. AC-130 pose. Osprey Gunner pose.
Yes, that's good.
Tactical nuke pose.
Warrior 2 is the one with the parallel arms.
T pose.
T pose. You got tree pose and you got T pose. Don't get them confused. Or you're going to look silly in front of everybody.
I wish more of them would flow into each other. Like the Chaturanga Dandasana is fun because it's like you do downward dog into like a push-up.
Yeah.
You know, it's like something active and not fucking, all right, do a pose. All right, now stop doing that pose and like fumble into the next one.
Yeah.
You know, I need to be more flowy. But
okay.
That's my critique for yoga. make your shit flow into each other more. Make it more active.
Yeah. You want a dynamic stretch rather than a static stretch here.
Facts. What are some other yoga poses that I remember? Tree pose? No. Nuh-uh.
I feel like tree pose is good. What else would you call it? Coat hanger?
Trees don't really look like this no more. I'm more of a conifer guy anyway, you know?
So you...
I want
you want it to be pointy.
Yeah, I want a pointy tree, you know? Give me the pine pose.
What about like power line? Lamp post.
Ooh, street light.
Street light.
Oh, Warrior 2 should be field goal is good pose.
Warrior 1.
Oh, yeah, Warrior 1 is this touchdown confirmed.
That's good. This is Alabama yoga.
Yeah, that's right. Yoga. I'm doing yoga. Yeah, I don't know. I do this a lot. I make the score is good pose a lot. Like I'll when I'm shooting baskets or whatever into the trash.
Yeah.
I'll make it. I'm like, yeah. And like it's a good gimmick for me, and then no one else really pays me any mind. But like I have a great time.
That's funny.
Some other yoga poses. Was a scorpion pose? Is that one where you like put your feet to your shoulder? Or is that just a scorpion?
Put your feet to your shoulders.
Like you're like laying on the ground. You like, you know.
Yeah, so there's locust, which is where you're on your stomach and you lift everything up. Maybe that's scorpion where you lift everything up and you grab your feet.
Is the locust like a Superman?
Yes, but you're like laying on the ground, then you try to lift like your thighs and your arms and your head off the ground. Does that make sense?
Okay. Yeah, I'm also out on Pilates as a concept. I think we got to stop that.
Yeah.
I think it's whack. It's not.
I've never done Pilates, but I probably agree.
It's like yoga, but you use a machine or some shit. I don't know.
Yes, yeah, the machine thing weirds me out. And I feel like also with the Pilates place is like, this could just be like, specific to the few Pilates places I've seen. But it's like they've got a big window, and it's like they want you to look in and see everybody doing these things. It's like
mountain pose. I'm looking at this. Mountain pose is whack. That's not. That's neutral. There. That's neutral pose. You're doing nothing. You're just standing still.
I don't like corpse.
That's NPC pose.
I don't like corpse pose, which is just laying on the ground too. I think that's probably like, it's circle of life. You got happy baby, and then you also have corpse. But that kind of takes me out of it. Like,
triangle pose doesn't seem much different than extended side angle.
It could be the same.
Yeah, it could be.
I bet there's some kind of difference for the
standing forward bend is also whack. Like
standing forward bend.
You're just touching your toes. That's touch pose.
Yeah.
Reverse warrior. No, that's just still the same one. You just like do it. You lean backwards for a little.
We've got too many warriors. I think.
Many warriors. Garland pose.
I feel like yoga's kind of anti-warrior. You know what I mean? It's like the whole vibe is kind of not like, we're gonna go fight.
That's more Tai Chi's thing,
Yeah.
It's like, we're the yoga kung fu.
You happy with downward dog's naming?
It's okay. It's kind of entrenched at this point.
I think it's iconic, the downward dog.
I don't like, or also I don't really understand cat cow.
Okay, what do you not understand about it?
It's like I'm kind of just like rotating my shoulders. I don't really like get it. It's like you just make your back, you just like round your back, which is like not safe. So I don't really understand. It as a concept, frankly.
I do think the other day I did too many cat cows, and I was like, ooh, I feel a little.
You just like shrug your shoulders and round your back.
You're not. I feel like you're supposed to not be doing so much with your shoulders, but we could. I bet what's going to happen is Jeffrey Wright, our emailer, is going to email us back and say, tell Reed to stop doing cat cow if it's making him feel this way.
Don't worry, I'm not doing it anyway.
Because you're probably supposed to be hitting a different muscle group or something. I don't know. I'm not an expert.
Yeah, I don't know. It just doesn't. I never able to hit that one in like a way that seems like you should. Looks. It doesn't feel. It doesn't work. To me, the bridge. That's not a yoga move. That's just a regular athletic move.
Yeah, like a plank is not really a yoga move either.
Yeah, you don't get that. You don't get to call those yoga moves. Those are just athletic fundamental moves.
Well,
Sorry.
if you don't like calling it a downward facing dog, you could potentially call it the Adho Mukha Shavasana, or actually Shvanasana. That's the Sanskrit there.
Well, yeah, and also the cat cow is the Chakra Vakasana.
Exactly.
But also pass. Cobra pose, the Bhujangasana. Cobra pose doesn't really look like a cobra. I'll say that. He's kind of leaning. That's just like backwards lean.
What about the Jathara Parivartanasana?
Ooh, that's a lot. Also, I'm on this list called from verywellfit.com. There's number 22, cobbler's pose. That's the butterfly stretch. Don't
pose.
Get this fucking shoemaker shit out of here. That's the.
I kind of like that. It's involving your feet,
Yeah, but it's a butterfly stretch. You're just like stretching your adductors. Frankly, I think they should just call out what muscles you're stretching here. Should be adductor stretch.
Also, I'm going to share my screen real quick. We just talked about scorpion pose. I want you to see what scorpion pose is.
Half Lord of the Fishes pose can stay.
This is scorpion pose. You ever hit this one before?
No. That one can stay.
That one, it's not going to matter.
That one doesn't, yeah, whatever.
So it's this girl, and she's on her forearms like she's doing a plank. Mm-hmm. But instead of her legs being out behind her, they're above her.
Yeah, it's like she twisted her whole torso around for this.
kind of hard to explain. Like, I don't know.
I don't know if I like purport. I don't think I'd have the right like center of gravity to hit that move.
No.
Like I don't think that's meant for people like me. Head to knee pose, the Nosferatu-asana, they could have done a better name on that one. Seated forward bend is just a hamstring stretch. Seated wide angle, that's another adductor stretch. Happy baby, good name, bad, don't like it though.
Bad pose.
Bad pose. The supine spinal twist, the Supta Matsa Yendersana. It's a little too technical. I guess I'm all over the place on whether I want them technical or not, but like I feel like they could have done a better job. Like,
yeah.
Supine, people don't really know what supinated versus pronated are.
Beats me, dude.
Yeah, corpse pose is hella lame. That's like, give me my fucking lemongrass towel pose. That's what that one is.
Give me my lemongrass towel pose.
I finished it. Give me my reward of my slightly warm lemongrass towel.
Well, I will say that, obviously in the 10th or 11th century, Gorashka Sataka and the Hatha Yoga Pradipika identified 84 asanas. 1966, Light on Yoga described 200 asanas, but then in, the 20th century, somebody talked about 1,300 different asanas.
So, we got like a dragon pose. Is there a lizard pose? What about fish pose?
There's a lizard pose, yeah.
Monkey pose. Monkey paws pose.
Monkey's paw pose.
Yeah, Donkey Kong pose.
You got to think too. Some of this might be like Indian flavored, right? Like, what do we have in India? They've got fish. They've got fish.
The
Elephant.
non-bread pose.
Butter chicken.
Butter chicken pose. We got the samosa sarvana.
They've got trees there. They've got what else do we do?
It's fucking
dog, cat, cow. They've got it all. So
they're eating the cats. They're eating the dogs. You know, so watch out for those poses. They're a delicacy around these parts here.
This emailer said, I'm looking forward to hearing what you guys have to say. Maybe I'll even use these names you guys give these poses in my next class. So,
okay. Which ones would you come up with? We more said about the ones we didn't like. We didn't necessarily always give alternative. Yeah, which is a lot easier to do. Like, that sucks. Provide me an alternative? No. I would have done a better job. Well, to do one. No, I don't have to.
Well, we came up with some good ones. I think that what we call it, street light.
Street light.
What else could we do that's more modern? Could there be like a
pine tree, Christmas tree pose?
Christmas tree pose. That's right. We're gonna put Christmas back in yoga.
We put Christmas back in yoga. Red cup pose.
Pose. Tailgate pose.
It's Merry Christmas. Not
touchdown pose.
Touchdown pose. The kick is good pose. False start pose.
Yeah.
Let's put all the football hand signs in there. Taunting. Or the challenge flag pose. You
just get a referee up there. Yeah. Anyway, then they say warmly, your friend, not Jeffrey Wright.
Jeffrey Wright, but like not the actor.
Jeffrey Wright, not the actor.
Yeah, Jeffrey Wright.
P.S. My favorite yoga pose is Surya Yantrasana. Mm-hmm. Do you want to guess what that one is? It has a common
Surya Yantrasana. Okay, wait.
It has a common.
Is it a bipedal?
Object.
Is it a bipedal yoga pose?
It's an. Ooh, let me Google that. It's an object, not a.
Yeah, but like, are you?
You're seated.
You're seated. It's an object. Okay. Seated ones. Your cheeks are on the ground, or your cheeks on your feet on the ground.
Cheeks on the ground.
Cheeks on the ground. Cheeks on the ground. Looking like a fool with your cheeks on the ground. The vamp pose. How about?
It's not chair pose. I'll tell you that. Chair pose, contrary to popular belief, you're actually standing for that.
Chair pose also sucks, and the chair stretch also blows, and the couch stretch is awful. I don't know if you've ever done that, but that shit sucks ass. It's an object.
It's an object, and you're sitting.
It's an object you're sitting in. It's a pose, and it's not the corpse pose.
No.
You're sitting. You're sitting.
Where?
I'm drawing a blank. Is it?
It's compass pose.
No.
So what you do is you're sitting on the ground. You lift a leg up. So you're holding a leg with the other arm. So imagine, right? I'm lifting my left leg up and I'm grabbing it with my right arm slightly behind my head.
Okay, so it's like it's a 50% kink pose, but vertical. It's like Happy Baby, but with one arm only.
Kind of, and I'm grabbing it with the opposite arm instead of grabbing it with the same arm.
That seems like a lot, you know?
It does.
What is that stretching that you can't stretch not that way?
Surya Yantrasana actually means instrument of the sun in Sanskrit. So some people call it sundial.
Oh.
Some people call it sundial rather than compass, apparently.
Okay. So. Clock pose.
Clock.
GMT pose.
Timex.
Hit him with the roly pose. It's a fucking baguette. What is it?
Baguette pose. That's corpse pose.
There's a watch. It's baguettes. It's a baguettes in the face pose or whatever. I don't know. It's some bullshit. Watches are dumb. Yoga's fun and cool. But yeah, shout out to Chaturanga Dandasana because it's fun.
It is. Yeah. Speaking of a massage, I feel like this is kind of related. I just want to hit this real quick.
Oh yeah, hit that pose.
I feel like a massage and yoga are related. Mm-hmm. Kind of. I went to get a massage.
I feel like they play similar music at both of those.
That's good. Yes. There's a focus on wellness.
And there's essential oils in the air.
We're working on your flexibility, getting your muscles all worked up and out. Anyway, my girlfriend Jill and I, we went to get a massage. We went to a place that we'd never been before. So I called this place the day before. I'm like, hey, you got some openings? They're like, yeah, why don't you come in at 4:15 p.m.
Kind of weird.
4:15 p.m. Yeah, I mean, sure. Yeah, we can make that happen. We show up at about 4:15 p.m. and sit down, and they're making us fill out like an intake form, like we're going to like a doctor's visit.
Okay.
Which is kind of weird. But anyway, we fill out this form, and it's like where your problem areas. Is there anywhere you don't want to be touched or whatever? So it's like nice that we're filling this out just in case. Anyway, we're filling it out, and then I guess they're bringing out the people that they were working on beforehand. Mm-hmm. And it's like two middle-aged people. I guess they're a husband and wife. And they're walking out, but the wife, or the woman at least, is being like supported by the person who is giving her the massage and by the man, her husband, I guess.
Does she get like dehydrated?
And I was like, oh my God, they like injured this woman. And we're about to go in to the massage place that like injured this woman or whatever. And there are only 2 seats in the like waiting area. Mm-hmm. And like, obviously, actually, I mean, it's just like, and this is also such a cramped space. I'm like, okay, they're just like leaving, so we'll just let them leave. But then they're just kind of like hanging out in the lobby and then they started to fill out the intake form, and it's like, it's a little too late for you to fill out the intake form. You just got injured in the massage place. Maybe you should have filled it out beforehand.
That's the kind of pressure I want, though. If I could have like one of these brutalist masseuses go ham on my shoulder muscles, these trap muscles would go crazy.
It's like one bad hour, but you feel so much better
afterwards.
Oh, yeah.
Every single time I'm getting the deep tissue massage. Miss me with that Swedish shit. I want them to get in there. I'm paying for it. Make it worth something. You know, I'm leaving here with something. You know, I got to give me some. That something better be no knots. You know, I better be de-knotted. I want to be looking like one piece of string.
Yeah. It turned out she had surgery or something, so she was like...
She probably shouldn't be getting a massage then.
I think that it was doctor's orders that she went to get a massage. Or maybe she didn't get surgery. Maybe she was in, like, physical therapy or something. Okay. But anyway, it did her in. Or maybe she was done in before she went in, and she was better coming out.
She'd been done in.
Yeah, maybe she'd been done in, and I don't know.
She should have hit that. They should hit that touchdown pose a little bit.
She should have. She should have hit the
Gronk spike pose. You got some Gronk spike poses.
What is it? The
gritty pose.
Julian Edelman, is that who was on Dancing with the Stars?
DWTS? No, it was Dola. It was Danny Amendola.
Big Dola playoff energy. That's what it was.
But yeah, the Gronk spike, the gritty pose, cat daddy pose. Dougie
the
pose.
Massage was pretty good. It didn't injure me or my girlfriend Jill.
Good.
I did come out of the massage having to pee like
A racehorse?
You're in there for an hour and you can't leave because you're like mostly naked or whatever. And it's like you got to send the massage people out of the room.
And you're wasting
dressed,
your time.
And then go to the bathroom. And yeah, you're paying by the minute for this. So anyway, I had to pee so bad leaving. That was just something I made a note of too. This was like the worst I'd had to pee in years.
This guy doesn't go to movies.
Yeah, no, I don't go to movies anymore. I still haven't seen Nosferatu. Have you seen it yet?
No, I don't plan to. I don't like scary movies.
So I
prefer superhero or comedy or bad. Like,
well, I heard something, and I don't remember the exact figure, but I was like, that is interesting, and that makes me want to go see it more. Obviously, right? I mean, there's a lot of stuff you can do with CGI these days, but they had something where they needed rats on screen, and so what they did is they got like 500 or 5,000 live rats.
It's about 1 billion ants.
Just 500 rats. Who would win in a fight? But anyway, like that's kind of interesting. That's very like I'm a artistic filmmaker. I need to put in an order for 1,000 rats.
Sci-fi.com is saying yes, Nosferatu really used 5,000 live rats on set.
See, isn't that interesting?
CGI them bitches. What do we need real rats for? 5,000 rats?
This is what they're doing with all the rats they're getting rid of in New York. They're sending them to Nosferatu.
Oh, wow. They get garbage cans in New York, and then all of a sudden these rats have to take a work as an extra.
Yeah, they're working rats. And what's the minimum wage for a rat?
Yeah, how many little specks of cheese do they get? Is
Also,
Fievel there? Is Fievel?
Fievel Mouskowitz?
Yeah.
Probably.
That dude always has a tough time in transitory periods.
What is that called? American Tail.
In American Tail. Yeah. Journey to the West.
What was I about to say? Oh, one other thing I heard about Nosferatu is that they like had to build the castle because they looked at a bunch of like real castles that they could film in, and they were like, these just aren't doing it. These aren't musty, dusty, and spooky enough for us. So we have to build our own old castle. So I thought that was kind of cool too. I would love to see a movie where they built their own castle and filled it with 5,000 rats.
Well, apparently for like Lord of the Rings movie, they built up some like giant sets and stuff, which is like interesting. That they build up like whole Helm's Deep castles or whatever just to like shoot these things. They wouldn't be doing that nowadays. Nowadays they animate that shit, like in the show Castlevania from Netflix, which released a new season. Review pending. But
I watched the first season, I think.
The first episode's really, really good, and every other episode after it is not as good. But the first one is badass. Dracula goes to town on these fucking Christians. He kills a shitload of them. Hey man, if you want,
he's eating the rich.
He's eating the rich. I'll tell you a secret. If you're watching an animated show, and you want to motivate your character, this could be anything. It doesn't have to be animated, but it happens a lot in animated shows. If you want motivation for your character to do something, kill his fucking girlfriend. Just fucking shoot his girlfriend, and you'll be fine. If you want motivation, just kill their girlfriend, and it always works. They go crazy.
Did that happen in this Dracula show?
Yeah, they killed his wife. She's like, it's one of the same.
Right. Yeah.
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 Idea's the same.
That's like what they did in John Wick. They killed his girlfriend. It was his dog, but like I mean, the same thing, kind of.
Yeah. He was fucking
not that I'm saying people's dogs or whatever, people's girlfriends or dogs, but yes, like that's a good motivator. It's like you killed someone or something that was important to me. So
yeah,
John Wick is basically anime too.
Yeah. Especially the last one, they go to Japan or whatever.
Really?
The John Wick 4, yeah. They go to the Japanese continental. Let us know what country what continental you want to go to, and what kind of significant other you should be killed next time.
Dogs, wives, girlfriends. They're eating the dogs. Let us know what you think about yoga and what your favorite pose is, what you would rename poses, stuff like that.
Yeah. Happy birthday, Merry Christmas. Thank you for listening to the FKA podcast, and follow us on Twitter at FKA the Pod.